Hello everyone, welcome back to the Love and Riyadh show. I'm your host Sarah, and today is the 19th of June 2025. Today we've got some interesting topics. One of them, or both of them actually, I love, and they're kind of related. I'll tell you during the episode. So, Saudi mandates including salt, caffeine, and calorie burn info on all restaurant menus. This is a spicy one. I'm sure all the athletes are loving this new thing. And 48 hours till Saudi summer officially begins. So let's talk about those. Okay, up first is the Saudi mandates including salt, caffeine, and calorie burn info on all restaurant menus. Did you notice that this came in time, like exactly in time before summer starts, which is our next topic? So starting July 1st, 2025, all food establishments must display detailed nutritional information on physical and digital menus. So those with those old physical menus, you need to throw them out and print new ones, including a salt shaker icon for high sodium, that's so cute, meals, and caffeine content for drinks, because sometimes people, especially here in Riyadh, people love to drink a lot of coffee. Like, it's so normal that lots of people drink about 4 to 5 cups of coffee a day, which is super dangerous and wrong. You can't do that. That's like, it messes up your hormones, it messes up a lot of stuff, so you can't do that. And the estimated calorie burn time. So, sometimes especially when you're starting on your fitness journey, you have a hard time, or like a bit of a hard time, to calculate the calories, calculate what time it takes to burn those calories. So instead, it's going to save you a lot of time seeing those on the menu. So you know exactly what you're eating, and you know exactly what you're putting in your body, which is an excellent move, not only for those who are interested in fitness, which I think a lot of people should get into their fitness journey, or, adapt to a healthier lifestyle, for like longevity of life and stuff. Also, to make sure that you know how much coffee you're drinking in a day. And keep in mind, if you're a woman, that messes up your hormones. Like, drinking too much caffeine can mess up your hormones. Keep that in mind. Anyways, this regulation aims to boost food transparency, encourage healthier eating habits, and help consumers monitor their sodium and caffeine intake in line with World Health Organization recommendations. If you're not trying to follow these guidelines or stuff, just keep in mind that knowing exactly how much calories you're putting in your body makes you more aware of how much you want to burn, how much do you want to move that day. But it can be a bit weird for people who have eating disorders. But it's also good when it's majority of it, or it's good. Anyways, so what is the normal caffeine and sodium intake? By the way, a couple of days ago, I ingested a lot of sodium. I ate popcorn that's covered in cheese and stuff, and that stuff gave me a headache, the worst headache of my life. It's because I didn't know how much sodium was in the foods that I was eating. So when I got that, it was the worst headache. I even took painkillers, and guess what? It didn't go away. So let me inform you with what is the normal caffeine and sodium intake that a human being, an adult should ingest that. I'm going to tell you. So salt, no more than 5 grams of salt per day. You know what's that equivalent to? A 1 teaspoon, the small teaspoon. Wow. Imagine if that is like the normal intake for adults. What about children? Children, like, wow. And caffeine, no more than 400 milligrams per day for adults, and no more than 200 milligrams for pregnant women. Wow, you gotta keep this in mind. And inshallah, it's gonna be a good step for healthier choices in life for everyone living in Saudi. Okay, we were just talking about summer. So summer will officially drop on June 21st. So that's 48 hours from now. Or I think some time has passed, so a lot less time until summer officially begins. Lots of people have been saying, like, it's already 45 Celsius. What more do we need to be done to begin summer and stuff? That's like the reality of stuff. So you gotta, make sure that you're following the right steps to not get a heat shock or like not, Okay, so according to the astronomical calendar from the Saudi Astronomy Association, summer starts on June 21st, 2025. This marks the longest day of the year across the kingdom. Actually, that is true, and that's something that I always like to keep in mind, or like notice, not keep in mind, notice, which is, do you notice that today on June 19th, the sun didn't set until like 7 p.m., 7:30, something like that, while in the winter it would set like a lot sooner. And that's something I've noticed when traveling to Jordan, is that the sun doesn't set quickly, but not in Riyadh or in Saudi. I noticed that the sun sets like quicker, but I didn't know that it's like because of the shift of seasons. Anyways, so tomorrow or after I don't know how many hours marks the longest day of the year across the kingdom. If you love the daylight, enjoy that. I think it's gonna be nice to like go out in these last what do you call them? These last hours of the day. Or if you're like me and you don't like the sun and you don't like the heat, I would suggest that you stay away from that. Like, just sit in your living room, open up that AC, do something. Don't go out. But as someone who doesn't like the heat, I would like to suggest that you go out at like the last hours of the day. I think that's a pretty good idea. And keep in mind that this heat is about to hit hard. Like, it's not going to be, listen, Saudi Arabia's summer is no joke, and we know that like ever since. And it's not because of the dry winds or like the geographical spot of Saudi Arabia. So you need to expect extreme temperatures, dry winds, and blazing sun. Drink some water, drink a lot of water. We don't want no incidents. And don't forget to wear SPF and avoid going out in the danger zone, which is between 12 o'clock and 3 p.m. I would say even 4 o'clock. But at 4 o'clock, I think it's a bit, chiller, which is nice. And always make sure to have a water bottle with you. I would suggest to not use the plastic ones, because the plastic ones tend to give you a very strange taste. I don't know if the ones that I buy are poor quality or not, but I would suggest stainless steel. Those, keep the temperature cold for longer hours if you like cold water. I don't specifically like cold water, but if you do. And don't forget to wear your SPF 50 plus. With this sun, you can't really. And yeah, let me give you a fun fact. You should wear SPF even inside the house, because the sun that hits like through the window from the glass, it strikes you directly. Also, keep moisturized, because if you want dry elbows, dry knees, dry ankles, you wouldn't moisturize. But if you want them soft and nice, drink a lot of water and make sure to stay hydrated, and put on some lotion or even body butters. They're better. And stay inside with some AC. And if you drive, an AC is a non-negotiable. Keep checking your AC, like repair your car if you have a like a broken AC, because this heat you might get a heat shock like that quickly. Anyways, that is it for today, guys. Hope you enjoyed today's summary topics. Until next time.
Thank you for tuning into the Love and Riyadh podcast as part of the Augustus Media Podcast Network. Please hit that subscribe button wherever you get your podcast from.